Hello, 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 y'all. Welcome. I'm so excited to see you all here. Welcome 404, welcome Shem. We're just grooving today. Ooh, we have a bunch of people in stream today. I'm excited to see that. Welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know, hello, I'm Dimmer. I use they, them pronouns. I've been a coach with MLH for around 2.5 years now. And today we are going to be continuing a bot that we started technically, I would say we started the bot yesterday. But we're continuing a project that is kind of in the theme of this, which is a stream link aggregator to take links that are dropped in Twitch chat and then put them up publicly on the internet for y'all to be able to look at after the fact. So in this case, we're creating a Twitch bot to read chat, and then we're putting it to a Google Sheet, and that is what we will be doing today. On our first day, we have figured out how to use Google Sheets as a cloud database. And then on our second day, we then created that Twitch bot, and it is connecting and it is getting most of the data that we need. We need to finish that up. So now we just need to have it detecting links and getting the title of the stream. And then once we have those two things, we can just send it up to Google Sheets. 404 changing their name color. For those of you who weren't here earlier, there was a running joke at one point where they were changing their name color in between every message that they sent. But it looks like they're trying to find their forever color, or at least one color for the foreseeable future. Am I in focus? I can never tell. The autofocus on this camera is bad. So I have it set to manual. 404, yeah, that was hectic for me. Yeah, I would assume so. It seems overwhelming to try changing your name color in between every message. 404 being green really resonates with me. I feel like that's what you were for a really long time. That's what I know you as. Oh goodness, I just moved my OBS window and I saw where we left off yesterday with our credential flows that were just breaking me. But today I'm fresh. I think I'll be a little bit better at identifying all of this. Give me 1 second, I'll get to the questions in chat. Just opening up VS Code to make sure that I'm ready. Okay. Hello MLH community members. Session plan for today is, again, we have the code that allows us to connect to the Twitch chat via IRC and read messages and identify if they're coming from a mod or from the MLH user itself, which those are the links that we want to save so that if you drop a random link, it's not being saved forever. And then we also have started, and we got a 200 response, which means it was working. We have started to authenticate with Twitch to be able to get stream titles. And then down here we have, if I can highlight, there we go. All of this is for using Google Sheets as a database, which we were able to write to successfully. So now it's just combining these pieces that we've made into one cohesive bot. That's the plan for today. Gargi Manchu, should I watch this stream without watching part 1? Unfortunately, I missed it. So, 404, apparently TTS is not working. I'll fix that in a sec. There are some people whose streams are designed for you to follow along and necessarily be that. And in that case, you might want to watch first stream before second, but my streams are designed to show people the process of exploring, the process that I go through with this, the process of learning, and also to show me making mistakes very publicly, because I know that when I was first getting into computer science, I very frequently only saw people being perfect on the internet and writing this like beautiful code, first try, all of these things. I'm not the best technical coder. I think I'm okay. I can muddle my way through it, but I'm not the best. And I think the point of this is to really build community around creating cool projects without needing to be a god tier programmer. So I totally think you can watch this stream and enjoy it and get things from it without watching part 1. But like always, the first part is up on the MLH channel, of the MLH YouTube channel, under the live tab. Okay, TTS should be working now. For those of you who don't know, if you type !TTS in front of your message, it should be read aloud with text-to-speech. We also have channel point rewards, so you can redeem...
Good job.
Sound effects that'll play.
Let's see.
Hey, there we go. TTS is working. Just needed to reboot it. 404, I have a ton of work, like more important than all of my year's coursework combined, so I'll be leaving soon. Thank you. Thank you for leaving and taking care of yourself and doing the work that you need to do.
Invoke to redeem.
I appreciate that. 404 also has an ongoing problem with redeeming all their channel points into metal pipe dropping sound effects. Tintin, can you please share the reference resource link? We don't really have a resource that we've worked on yet, so I don't really have anything to share, Tintin. Sorry. With that, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off, which was we're looking at the Twitch docs, and good news is that if we run this, we get a 200 response, which means that our client credentials grant flow is working, which is meant for server-to-server API requests, which is exactly what we're trying to do. But instead of displaying this, I'm instead displaying the response. So I do not apparently understand Python requests as well as I thought I did. So we need to learn more about this. I have not used this before. So hello. Welcome, Shraddha. Delete request. Get. Okay, so if we run get. Is it a get? No, it's a post. Okay, so I'm just printing. What if I tried .text, like was shown in the tutorial? Hey, there we go. Okay. We got everything, including my access token that I'm totally leaking to stream. So if you really want, you can access publicly facing Twitch information, but through my Twitch account. Ooh, a non-rate limited API. Ooh. And now theoretically...
Dimmer, we talked about this. No doozing yourself.
Ooh, interesting. The French pronunciation there. And also, this isn't doxing myself. I think I spelled access token right there. How do I get this then? This shouldn't be doxing. Doxing would be telling you my social security number. And I thought it would be really funny if I said a fake social security number there. But then I realized that that would not be really a funny joke. And it would just be, I don't know, weird. Don't do token.text.access token. Well, thanks 404 for telling me what not to do. I realized that. String object has no attribute. It's a Oh, thank you. That makes so much more sense. Response. object has no attribute access token. Does it not? Oh, you have to get the JSON from the response. Can you print out the token? Like only the token. So that's what I print. Well, so if I just print token, that's where it gives us response 200. That's what we were seeing before. Yeah, so let's, if this is coming in JSON, let's import JSON. And then JSON.loads. And now if we do that, ooh, the JSON object must be string, bytes or byte byte, not response. How do we parse this response? So, okay. I'm going to try doing token.json like you said. I've only ever worked with JSON in JavaScript. Oh. Hey, okay, that was what we needed. And now what I did at first will... Hey, there we go. Okay, thank you, 404. So great, now we have this.
Good job.
You were the one who helped me through that. Thank you, 404. Okay, so now we have our access token, which we need to run the get channel information. Which we started. Ugh, mouse. I really should just get a separate magic trackpad, because that is, I'm like using my mouse. I have it set up basically just like emulate gestures, because I would do this so much. I think that would be a wise investment. Okay. Get params, and then authorization is going to be access token. And then we need our client ID in here. Params authorization, and then client ID. Which our client ID is here. Let's just move that up there. Okay. How did they phrase this? Client dash ID. Client ID. Okay, let's try this.
We need a GHW retro week.
Ah, that would be wonderful. 401. What is a 401 response? I'm betting that's authentication. Yep. I was right. My authentication does not work. Okay.
401 not authorized.
The ID in the client ID header must match the client.
404 authentication not found.
So the one thing that we didn't do is we didn't specify that it's a bearer token. So let's take a look here. So if we do this now, theoretically, this should be token type plus. And that should now match their documentation, still a 401. See, here's the thing. Let me just try running a curl request. No, I can't actually. Oh, God. This is hellish. The mistake of copying and pasting directly into there rather than okay. So broadcaster ID is her. Authorization bearer. So let's grab our authorization token. And then our client ID. And then we'll run this and see if it is our authentication or it is my janked up GET request. And let's hope that I have curl. Whoa. Okay, so that worked. And we can see the title right here. So our GET request are all our authentication is working. It is just my Python code to do the GET that is not in my parameters. What does -H do? Takes a single parameter. Extra header to include in the press. Yeah, okay. So that is in the header. Yes, I agree 404 to do that, but first I want to make sure that I'm understanding this right, because again, I've never actually done like HTTP requests in Python before. So that's post. We're looking for get. So 404, by the way, I'll start making my responses increasingly unhelpful from here onwards. Thank you, 404. A single parameter. Okay, it should be headers, not params. One still. Hey, there we go. It was just that bearer isn't capitalized here. Great. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you. And Y headers, just type in footers. We need to be more grounded to the earth. Okay. Stream info. Actually, let's take a look at this. And we're just looking to get title. Ah. So now I'm looking to get data. Okay, I'm copying this to look at it with indentation. I cannot. Okay. Okay. So I want data 0 title. So yeah. So data now if we run this, hey, building MLH Streamlink aggregator. Ka-chow. Oh, sorry, 404. I just saw
Good job.
that you were telling me data 0 title. I don't know at what point I said it, but so Now we officially have everything written other
It's
than
working.
identify, thank you, Shem, the links in chat. So let's clean this up a little. And I'm going to make this slightly... What is happening? Slightly smaller. Hopefully that's still readable. I just need a little bit more on screen at once to be able to figure this out. So we can get rid of that. All of our imports. I don't think we need JSON anymore. We are using everything else. Okay, great. So all those imports were being used. This is such a fun idea. I'm glad. Are we going to use environment variables? We are, actually. I can't show them to you because that defeats the point, but we are using environment variables. We have our client secret. Very secret. We can still see well, thank you. I think I'll probably keep it at this because that big text is good for when we're brainstorming, but for when looking at code, it is just too much. Okay. Okay. Everything other than the client secret is fine to leak because it's unimportant. Okay. So great. So what we want to do here is I want to define a function that is called get stream info. And then we return stream title. And then here we want to create a function that is write to sheets. Great. Okay. So can I do that? Boo. Okay. It makes sense to not be able to do that, but I was hopeful. Okay. So what we're looking here, actually. Yeah, okay. So we have a function called getStreamInfo, which we will call whenever we want to write something to the database to get the stream title. And we have a function called writeToSheets that I have not actually set up to be a function that will actually be useful, but we will make that a function in a sec. What we now need to do is we get every message that is by a mod or by MLH, and we want to identify if there is a link within the message and extract that link. Or actually, it might be more useful to extract the whole message, so you get the context as well. Actually, let's do a vote on this. Should we add just the link to the Google Sheet or the link with the surrounding message for context? Go ahead and type 1 in chat if you want to vote for just the link, and 2 if you want to vote for the link and the context as well. Context will be a lot easier to implement because we are just going to identify if there is a link in the message itself, and then we will just take the entire message. Just the link is a little bit more difficult because we will need to extract the link from the message, and it's hard to tell when a link ends. Quick question. How do we get Twitch chat with the API? I've never seen it before and it sounds so cool. So we are not actually... So 404, it read 1 as get the context and the link. So 2 would be context and link, both. So 404, you voted for 2. It counted as 1 because you put the number 1 first in your message. 1, just the link. There's usually no text for context. So that's the thing. If there's usually no text for context, then it will grab just the link anyway. This is if I were to say something like, oh, this is the YouTube video. No, get the context and get just the link. Oh, is 2 separate things. Okay, I think we'll do... For now, let's do just the link, and then we can add context later if we want it in separate columns. So with that, we're going to do some good old-fashioned Googling. And also, 404 really quickly, we are not using the Twitch API to get Twitch chat. We are using Twitch chat IRC, which is a Python library, which allows us to do it in that. Really, this and this are the only 2 things that we need. So let's look for a Python library for extracting links from a string. Is regex seriously the best option? Wait, that's such simple regex. So, okay. The reason why I'm hesitant to use regex is because we tried doing that. We tried doing that before with TTS. And I could never find regex that would work consistently, but that's probably more on the surrounding code because this looks very simple. So let's just try using this. Oh, my mouse. Yeah, so the S with the question mark there means that the S is not required. Okay. Wait. Modify.
MLH, yes, I am, but how late?
Hey, Ashwin. We've been going for about 30 minutes now. We have all of our Twitch authentication working, which is great. And now we're just looking to identify links. Yeah, see? Look at this. This is fucking insane. Sorry for the swear, but this regex is terrible. Now, that being said, this is designed to use... Yeah, OMG, that's death. It's horrible. We are using a library. Yeah, that's... I feel like the more and more you look into extracting a URL... Yeah, let's look at URL extract. Okay, and it uses top-level domains. Hey, so it doesn't require the... Yeah, and it can grab just that. Great. Okay, we're going to use URL extract. And by using it based on top-level domains, I think this will be the most useful. Because, yeah, the other ones only identify if it has the HTTP. So if I just put google.com in chat, it wouldn't pick it up. Okay.
Good job.
Thank you, Asmita.
Good job.
So now we import URL extract. What? We need so much more. Okay.
Want it just install everything just by installing the main lib?
Hopefully. Okay, sure. If someone were to put this in chat, it might grab some things, but that's not... It's better than not grabbing things. I'd rather have a couple of extra things than not enough. Okay.
It should.
The extra stuff is probably for development, thankfully. Okay. If you want to check. Great. Okay. So then in here, if extractor has URLs in message, then we're going to do all the stuff. Else, we don't need anything else. Great. Okay. So great.
Yeah, it was done yesterday.
Ooh, it's only picking up on mod URLs. Yes. So we decided on that yesterday so that if someone were to put like their LinkedIn
There was a
username
poll.
or something in chat, or someone were to drop a link to like an untasteful meme, then we aren't saving that. So it's not like, basically the goal is that this doesn't need to be another thing that we need to moderate. And 404, I do not have control over making people mod. That is a larger discussion. I honestly don't know. Okay. So yeah, I think having it pick up links from everyone is very valid and works in many circumstances. But in this case, I think there is a rightful privacy concern for, like, if we were in a like class where everyone is a student in the class and this were only to be shared by people who attended class, sure, that could work. But in this case, anyone from the public can show up and they wouldn't know that this was running in the background. Way drops in, I'm a mod, need something? So no, we're building an application that takes links dropped into its chat and adds them to a Google Sheet. And in essence, we're making sure that only links dropped by mods or MLH. Yeah, so basically the idea is that if some random person from the public were to come in and this was their first ever stream, they wouldn't reasonably know that this was running, and they have a right to privacy. Or, more accurately, a right to be forgotten, for their stuff to not be saved forever. Okay, so if Extractor has URLs, then we run... generator.
What does it take to be a mod?
That is not a question that I can answer, because the only people that I know who are mods are MLHers. So like I am a mod on my personal account so that when I am streaming, I can do moderator stuff. Thank you, Wei. Well, hi everyone. Welcome back from that fun break,
Rico
courtesy
was
of Way.
waiting for this since 2 days. He wasted 2 days ago.
Oh my goodness, no! Oh,
Thank you, Way.
I always feel so bad when someone accidentally... let me see if I can refund that. Can you refund the actions? I can sometimes, but usually it's only if my computer was awake to see that someone redeemed it.
Yes, he did waste 25k
Hey!
at end of the stream day before yesterday.
I was able to give that back. Okay.
Rickroll again, Way.
I do believe that it should no longer be showing. Thank you, Way. Theoretically, it is set to, if I go into edit, yeah, limit redemption per stream 1.
Does that mean you can give the points?
No, okay. We're gonna go to just talking here. I want to be able to do that. I think that channel points are underutilized. This is my general thesis, and hence why there's so many things that I've added for channel points. However, channel points are created by Twitch that are designed to be a reliable currency that can be redeemed for real-world value. So they imagine a brand activation where you can redeem 20,000 channel points to get 20% off the next whatever. Or some streamers use them for merch. So you redeem 50,000 channel points, you get a free t-shirt. As such, no one has any control over giving, removing, or changing the rate of channel. Well, yes. No one has any control over that. And channel points cannot be changed between users except through the official way that Twitch does predictions. So there are predictions.
I suppose the 2 minute we spent dancing is the reason they have stopped it, maybe.
I don't know who the they is there. If it is me...
I'm leaving. I procrastinated too much.
Okay, 404. Have a good one. Take care of yourself. Do your things that you need to do. That being said, so I have it limited to 1 redemption a stream. So that... Okay. In the Twitch, no. So... one sec. I just totally messed up my... Ugh. I tried changing my OBS setup slightly, and it did not like it. Okay, so I have enabled personally, and I've done a lot of work to get Rickrolling to work. That is not a universal Twitch feature. So the reason why Twitch is doing that is just so that it cannot be manipulated to exploit the system, so that people can trust it for things like that. And the only way that channel points can be moved between users is Twitch's official prediction system, which I was trying to set up, but I can't do with an OBS, where some of you might have seen this before. A couple of streamers with MLH use it, and a lot of streamers outside of MLH on Twitch use it, where you create a prediction of like, will I get a victory royale this next game? And people put channel points into it to say either yes or no. And if I were to win, all of the channel points that people voted on no would be redistributed to all of the people who voted yes. And that is the only way to redistribute channel points between people, to my knowledge. There are third-party channel point systems, but they don't show up in the UI the same way that Twitch channel points do. So I think it is just like generally a lot worse. That allow you to like gamble it on like, I don't know, you can like duel each other and steal points from each other, and there are mini games in chat, and there are all these different things, but it doesn't look as pretty, and it doesn't make a lot of sense to new viewers like channel points do with Twitch. Now, the thing is, I am usually very bad at remembering...
That's very restricting as well as social at the same time.
Yes, it can both be very good and rough. And so this would be less bad if I were the only person streaming on this account. But the problem is that I am the only person who streams at MLH who has channel point rewards set up. This is a technical issue with the way that I stream is very different from the way that other people stream, which you noticed by all of this sort of stuff that I do. Chat being here, TTS, all of that. And that has taken a lot of work to set up, and it takes a lot more work to maintain. So to my knowledge, everyone else at MLH streams through StreamYard, which is wonderful. It's a great system for this, especially because there's so many different people who don't necessarily have the like setup that I have built out over the years of doing this. So it's both really cool, and also sometimes people can redeem these channel point rewards when I am not live. And I really should write a
Way
script
to go, Dimmer.
that will, like, I'm gonna actually write
Good
this
job.
down, because next month is beginner month, and that is the month that I'm going to be doing a big overhaul of my stream setup as a way to introduce people to MLH the way that I stream, because I think those are always very fun. So Rickroll won't work through StreamYard. No, it will not. So this is, let's talk a little inside baseball here. If we look at how I'm streaming, this is OBS, Open Broadcast Software. It's an open source streaming software solution. And you can see that right there, trigger fire is, you can see the little globe right there. It is the highest layer on my stream. And this is basically a web page. If I go to properties here, it is a URL that is covering the entire screen here. And when channel points are awarded, it goes to Triggerfire, which is a third-party service, and Triggerfire says to my computer, hey, play this video now. And it is only because I'm able to add that layer on top that I'm able to cover everything and start that. StreamYard doesn't have any way to add in these layers. Same with sound alerts. Sound alerts are here, TTS is here. It is these things right here that allow me to do this. And that is the part that StreamYard does not support. So you can redeem channel points, but StreamYard doesn't have a way of showing that to the user, or showing that on stream. So what I really need to do, and I'm going to write this down so I remember, stream ideas for January. And this is a script that turns channel point rewards on and off when I stream. Which would just be a piece of code that I would put in one of these layers. TTS is an example. I can turn off TTS by turning this on and off, because this is a web app that we made that just shows the way that you add layers in OBS is by adding these, basically it's rendering a bunch of web pages on top of each other. And if you don't define a background, it just defines it as transparent. So this is just some text that's showing on a web page that OBS is rendering, and that web page can play audio. So I will just create a web page that upon loading, so whenever I open up OBS, it will call to, hey, turn on channel point rewards. And then I don't know how I will get it to turn off. Maybe it would then just check to see the next time that stream goes offline and turn them off automatically, so they aren't just left on. Along with next week, we're going, or next month, we're going to be overhauling the sound effects that we're doing. We can add more things like, what's it called? My brain has completely gone blank. Oh, like the Rickroll, things like that. I think it would be interesting as well to implement predictions for my streams so that people can use channel points for something else. But it's hard to do predictions when you're doing an educational coding stream, because predictions here don't work the same way of will I win this next game? But I think it might be better to do it as how many tangents will I go off on this stream? And we have a tangent counter in the corner and things like that. There's a lot to do. I'm really passionate about stream setups to engage viewers, especially in this context, because sometimes writing code can be very, very dry. And adding more surrounding stuff here, TTS, channel point rewards, chat on screen, I think just makes the stream a little bit more engaging. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing next month. I have a whole bunch of ideas for this. Right, the tangent alert. Yep, exactly. So I have a whole bunch of ideas for that. And also, y'all might have remembered, oh god, this was over the summer. There was a brief moment where I was going to be streaming more than just during Global Hack Weeks, and I got approval, and then a bunch of stuff came up in my personal life, and I stopped streaming totally for a couple of months. I'm going to reach out again and see if we can go back to that, because theoretically nothing has changed on MLH's side, so I might be able to get approval again to do streaming throughout the month, in which case we can add more things and really go for it. That's way outside of the scope of just this stream, but like generally I'm looking to add some more things to stream to make this like a better, more inviting, more interesting place.
Woohoo, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I also, this is, again, I'm like talking about things that I've not talked to MLH, the company, about. So this is like me revealing some ideas. I think it would be cool to, mini events used to be live streamed. And now they are done through Discord, which I think is great because it gives people more time to interact. But also I think that there is real value in live streams that are done through live streaming that are also just like extremely light and fun. So I'm thinking about that as well, and like trying to find more streams that are not just code to spice things up, to really create a community. Hey Polar Void, welcome. We're just talking about the future of streaming. More specifically, the future of my streaming. And also, it is an hour into the stream. So we are going to take a brief bio break. I know Polar Void, you just got here.
Casual stuff.
Truly extremely casual. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes and throw that up on stream. And I'm going to go make sure like I drink water and things like that. Y'all do what you need to do to take care of yourselves. And then we will be back to continue our coding adventure with our Twitch bot, because we're getting close. We found a library that will be able to identify URLs. We're at the finish line almost. So I am going to get some jazzier music going and set a 5-minute timer, and we will be right back.
You have now, don't count what you don't have. Count what you have now, don't count what you don't have. Find that you have so much. 頑張りすぎる自分に疲れてふと泣けてきた真夜中
It's that time in India. I might not be. That was an awesome stream. Dimmer, I will watch this. Yes, Shirley, bye, good night. Good night, guys.
るものさし自分の心の中にあるのさ You can find, you can find 足りないもの数えるくらいなら足りてるもの数えてごらんよ Count what you have now Don't count what you don't have Can't you see, can't you see Don't count what you don't have You can't have so much You can't find Can't you see, can't you see Don't count what you don't have You can't have so much You can't find
Hello, hello, y'all. Welcome back. Oh, goodness. Something is weird about my... What? Something is so weird about my headphones and the way that I'm hearing my own voice. Okay. Okay. Theoretically, that... What? Why? What is What? Ah! Okay. Theoretic... What? Ah! Okay. Okay. What? Oh, I understand what is happening. Okay, give me a sec. So, I use these headphones for two reasons. One, I have a wire going into my microphone so I can hear what's being said through my microphone. And two, I use the noise canceling on them so that I'm just like in the stream space. I don't need to think about what's happening around me. And when I picked up my headphones, they suddenly said something about something being on. But I didn't catch the first part because I was just putting them on. And I have no idea what. And now whenever I'm quiet, the noise canceling is on. But whenever I talk, the noise canceling turns off. And in hindsight, this is a feature of these headphones, supposedly. I say feature very loosely because I do not want it on. Where whenever you talk, it detects talking, it turns off noise canceling so that you can hear other people trying to talk to you. But in this case, that is not at all what I want. So I need to fix this because it will absolutely drive me insane. Let me put on some music so this is less. Okay. Okay. So, what is it doing? Oh, I don't know if any of y'all have ever used noise canceling headphones, but the sensation of noise canceling turning on and off is horrible. Okay, what is happening? Speak to chat? No. There we go. Okay. So usually talking with noise canceling headphones on feels like bad and kind of weird. But when it is plugged in, this microphone is going back to my own head. So now, hey, everything's working. Yes, how could you tell that I was gay? What could have possibly tipped you off on that? Okay, now everything should be back to normal. That's a bizarre feature, especially since you're talking into the microphone and it's attached to the headphones. So it is a feature of the headphones, and it's designed that, like, if I was studying in a library with noise canceling on and I were to start talking to my friend, that might theoretically be helpful. But in this case, it is really not. That cloth behind you, I know I was being sarcastic because I deliberately have the pride flag up. I really like having a pride flag up for these streams just to be more visible. Because in computer science spaces, ooh, there's some stuff there. So it feels good to be able to be visible, to show people that you can be in computer science and be extremely queer. And that is okay. And you can still be a good programmer. With that whole debacle out of the way, let's go back to our code here. ISSH, SSHH, you're getting timed out. I don't know where you're going with this, but it is not good. Isn't that against code of conduct? Someone made a comment in another stream this week and I left. Glad you don't mind it. If you're talking about the comment about gay people, we've had this a couple of times where someone's come in and just be like, gay? What? And I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but when it's their first message, it always puts me on edge of like, okay, what's happening here? And it is not against code of conduct to be like, oh, hey, I see your pride flag. It is against code of conduct to be, what do you hate about gay people? So yeah, I usually just time people out for a day, and then usually that resolves things. Unless Shem, you're referring, I think this is what you're referring to, Shem. There have been times where people have made comments like that, where people have been real bad about that, and I've just ended stream. But in this case, what do you do full time, job or study? So, hello, welcome. I've talked about this before. I'm not a college student, and I don't have a college degree. So I am currently, I work at my library and I do MLH work and things like that. And I'm probably going to go back to school eventually. I'm looking at my local community college for some classes and things like that, but I'm mostly working right now. And that is another thing that I try being extremely public about, of I don't have a college degree. I'm not a computer scientist, and I can still make some fun projects that people enjoy, because I think that's also really important. And Shem, yeah, of course. This is MLH in general, these spaces are supposed to be safe, and my stream in particular, I want to be really vigilant about that. I want to be very public that yeah, I'm trans, I use they them pronouns, very queer, very gay, all of the things, just to make sure that people feel safe, because there are a lot of computer science spaces that aren't welcoming. You own library? No. I work at my local library. I do AV tech stuff. Mics and streaming and things like that. Very similar to the streaming that I'm doing here. Okay. With that, let's get back to our code here, because we have a good library for extracting URLs. So we can do this. And this gives us a list of URLs. So theoretically now, we can do for link in URLs. And then we're going to what we want is stream, get stream info. We're going to do stream title equals get stream info. So we'll get the title of the stream. And then for each link, we are going to pass the link and the stream title into our write to sheets. So write to sheets, link, stream title. And currently we don't have write to sheets set up to accept those, but that is what we will do next. Hopefully this makes sense. So we're connecting to MLH, and whenever there's a message in Twitch chat, we see if it is done by a mod or by the MLH user. We take the chat message out from all that message information, and then we check to see if it has URLs, and if it does, we get our stream title, because this is per chat message at this point. So if there are multiple links in one message, we don't need to check the stream title for each one. We check the stream title, and then for each URL, we're going to write the link and the stream title to our Google Sheet. So if we go down to Google Sheets, we have link and stream title as our two things here. And in our values, this is where we just add that is link, and we replace this sample link here, or no, this is stream title, and this is link down here. So those are just replacing our pieces of sample code. And then we're keeping all of our stuff to get the current timestamp. Which we should probably retrieve the timestamp from the message in chat rather than writing it there. Because in hindsight, this doesn't necessarily make sense for it to be when it is written to the sheet. It should be when it is put in chat. And there will be obviously some delay. Hopefully it won't be much, but there will be some delay between those two things. So I'm going to really quickly comment that out. And we're going to run this, and we're going to see again what information we have. If I put testing in chat, let's look at what information we get. We don't get a time. Oh, wait. TMI sent TS. I don't... Let me check to see if this is a Unicode. Or what is that? It's not Unicode. Unix. There we go. Unix timestamp. So if we enter our timestamp, hey, that is our timestamp. Okay. Right, that way folks can see what was happening during the stream with the timestamp. Brilliant, love this app so much. I'm so glad, I'm really excited about this. Okay, so we have our Unix timestamp there. So we will send in link, stream title, timestamp, and in this case, timestamp equals message, and then what was that? Let's take a look here. It was TMI sent TS, which is really confusing. I don't know why it's that, but if we grab that, we now have our Unix timestamp. So now down here, we currently have a column for date and a column for time, which I think is useful. So if I get rid of these, let me do date and time. Let me quickly look up Python convert Unix timestamp to datetime object. Great. Okay. Datetime.from timestamp. So let's do that after we create our credentials. So datetime.from timestamp. That doesn't seem right. UTC from timestamp. Datetime.utc from timestamp. And then in this case, we're going to say date equals and then time equals. Year, month, day, hour, minute, second. Great. Okay. So now we can just send date and time, and it'll be the time that the message was posted rather than the time when it was processed. Will folks be able to search the Google Sheets database? Theoretically speaking, yes. That is the goal of tomorrow's stream. The goal of tomorrow's stream is basically what we're trying to do here is we have this Google Sheet, and currently everything is just in Sheet 1, and we're just dumping into it as we get data. Theoretically, what we can do is within Google Sheets, we can create a second page down here that'll be the first one that you open up to, which will be a user interface, so to speak, where you can search for title, you can sort by date, you can do all of these different things, which I've seen people do beautiful things with Google Sheets before, where you're copying from a different sheet to make like a dashboard, so to speak. So theoretically, that is a possible thing that we will do, and theoretically, that is our next stream tomorrow. 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern time. With that, let's try running this. It has begun to receive messages. So if I type, oh, wait. No. I don't want this because currently I have extra prints in here. Great, that should actually be functional. So now if we run this, and I type test in chat, we can see that it is received, but it does not identify it as a link. If I were to drop, let's say, the check-in link, wherever I have that saved on my computer, it's here somewhere. Check into this stream to get points for your guild. And I send that. Whoa, okay. We have errored out. So the good news, we found the link, and it is, oh, my mouse. It is the get stream info. Oh, because this is being run before our function are defined. I put this in the wrong order, of course. Okay. Okay, now if we try this again. And I paste. Found link. Date time has no attribute UTC from timestamp. Did Stack Overflow lie to me? From date time. Okay, I'm just importing date time. What if I were to do the from date time import date time? Which it doesn't make sense to me why that makes a difference, but apparently it does. Okay, let's try this. Found link. Incorrect numbers of parameters of function. Do something. Found link unknown. Do something. Right to stream. Link. Stream title. Timestamp. Right to sheets. Link. Link. Stream title. Timestamp. What's our error? Exception, incorrect number of parameters for function do something. Okay. Line 136. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Type error. An integer is required. Got type string. Oh, come on. Okay, that's so much simpler. Okay. Where is this? Okay. Great. This is why we theoretically should have been running and testing this throughout rather than testing this all at the end. But I got overexcited. Woo! That's... Okay, I just want to check here because this might not be a Unix timecode like I thought it was. Wombo Combo, yes, this is a bot. Yeah, that... Why is it reading it so... Oh, because it is in milliseconds. So, if I were to remove these last three... Okay. So I just need to chop the last three off the end. Hey, 404, welcome back. So this is expecting a seconds date time, or a seconds Unix timestamp, and we are being passed a milliseconds one by Twitch. So we're going to slice it to this and then -3, right? That should be the right thing, to slice the last 3 integers off the, or the last 3 pieces off the end and then convert it to an integer. Let's try this.
Dimmer broken.
It worked. Everything worked. Right there.
Yay.
This is okay. This is the most complicated piece of code that I've written in a very long time. Because most of my streams have been fairly non-technical. And it has been since I've been doing hackathons, which was years ago at this point, that I've written something this complicated, which I get that this isn't super complicated.
Good job.
But like, we're using 3 different APIs in this project, and it just works. Okay, let's really stress test this. And go to
Good job.
what's a good link here? To learn
Good job.
about the Twitch API. Okay, I've just put in a more complicated message that has 2 different links in it. Oh my goodness. And it was able to get both of those and add them separately. It grabbed the comma at the end of this one, but it's still a valid link. It just works. Everything just works now. So okay, now we have a couple things that we need to do. 1, I'm going to clear this. And then 2, we are going to host this in the cloud so that it can run even when my computer is not running. What time zone is it? Ooh, that's a good point. It writes these times in my time zone of Eastern time. Wait, no. It is not. It is writing them in UTC time. We can add features in the front end possibly to fix that. But I think writing in UTC time for now is a good enough substitute.
Yay. Dimmer. Use UDC.
Okay. Now we are going to go to Python Anywhere, which is going to be the provider that we are going to try using, because theoretically it is perfect for us to just host a small script. So let's do this. With restricted outbound access from your apps. Let's see. Ooh, this might not be good enough for us. Should I rickroll You literally can't right now because one has already been done, and it is limited to one a stream. So this is what I thought would be good, but I'm looking at 2,000 CPU seconds per day, and I don't know how long this takes to run. Can we look at Oracle Cloud? Heard from Way that it is free. The goal here really generally is just, I want something that is going to be simple. The like ideal thing that I'm actually looking for, in essence, is I basically just want a Raspberry Pi. Like, I could literally set this up on a Raspberry Pi to run, and as long as it had an internet connection, it would be running. And I don't need to set it up to do a whole bunch of crazy things, and I don't need it to have, like, what about Replit? It needs a keep alive script, though. I don't know about Replit for hosting. I've never used that before. What I really just need is like a tiny virtual machine in the cloud. Python hosting options suck. Yeah. And I'm not super good with cloud providers. Need to buy a Linux VPS server. See, but here's the thing. This is such a small thing.
Yasho Raspberry.
I don't know what you mean by that. Like, I don't want to be... like, I have a Raspberry Pi 2 sitting around somewhere that I could set up to run this. But then, like, if I lose power, it goes out.
Show the Raspi running.
I don't know what y'all are asking for. It's not actually running on a Raspberry Pi right now. It's running on my laptop in VS Code. So I don't understand what y'all are saying. But in essence, free cloud virtual machine. Okay.
Versal.
But Vercel isn't for... Vercel is for hosting websites. It's not for hosting backends. Unless they've changed.
You can host Versal with serverless functions. Perfect for a little script like this.
But it isn't a serverless function. It needs to be alive to run. It could be a serverless function, but then it would need a front end to call whenever there was a script or whenever there was something in chat. Like, the beauty of this is that it isn't a, like, serverless function. Let's look at Google Cloud Micro VMs, because I know that we could possibly run this in Compute Engine, which is where I was originally going to do this, because Compute Engine has Google Compute. Yes, Firebase allows for hosting, but again, that's serverless. Cloud Functions, again, serverless. Hey! We have a free compute engine. 1 E2 micro instance, limited by time.
Can we use Heruko?
Yeah, again, this is a web server. So, give me a sec to check MLH's current sponsors.
See ya.
Oh, see you 404. Good night, Nikki the Coder. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Sleep well. Okay, we might figure out hosting next stream. The good news is that our code is working. We just need a small virtual machine that we can leave running 24/7. Shem, do you want my Arduino IoT kit? So the goal is, like, I have the hardware to run this, but the goal is to get it out of my physical location so that if, like, my power goes out or my roommate unplugs it to plug in their phone charger, this stays live. T2 micro. The thing is, it needs to be, yeah, it can't be billed by CPU hour. Let me double check. 750 hours of Windows. Wait a second. So I'm currently searching the web. I'm just not sharing my screen because I'm, like, going to a whole bunch of new pages and I don't want to be, like, showing everything. I'm looking at AWS T2 instances. 750 hours of Linux each month. But there are 730 hours in a month, which means theoretically, we can run it on a T2 Nano. Let me sign into this. Doesn't that mean sometimes you pay for it though? No. So yes, but only if our compute usage were to go higher. Not all months are 28 days. Oof, you're right. I was just trusting Google there. You're right. We get 29 days a month. But MLH doesn't stream the entire month. Does that matter? Will it be running 24/7? So the thing is, the way we have written this, now here's the problem. We did not write this to be written. We didn't write this for the cloud. We wrote this to be a local script. And now we're just looking to throw that local script up in the cloud somewhere. And you're right, MLH does not stream the entire month. Why would it be running 24/7? The problem is that we do not have this script to be able to like wake up when MLH starts streaming. And if we were to do that, again, we would need something to be able to call to tell it to wake up. So my understanding of serverless architecture, which would give us, yeah, again, Lambda is serverless. My understanding of it is we need another application to be able to make those requests. And in this case, this is the application that is designed to be checking for things. So we would need some sort of front end that someone would open up to be able to run this, which is useful if you are trying to create something in the cloud that responds to user input. But in this case, we are not trying to have it respond to user input. We are trying to just have it run constantly, which is super easy. Again, throw a Raspberry Pi up there. It's all set. But in this instance, where we don't want to use a literal Raspberry Pi, that's very hard. So if we look at Oracle Cloud again, theoretically, we can run this on an AMD compute instance for free always. So let's try this. And we'll see if we can get it up and running in the next 10 minutes. So let me... Do I still have an Oracle Cloud account? Yeah, okay. So the last time I used Oracle Cloud was when I was a student at... Whoa, that was like 3 years ago now. So that no longer works. So let us sign up. What about a line of code that activates it with when MLH Twitch goes live? Doesn't that solve the hosting issue? But where is that code running? That's the question. Because to be able to wake that up, we need to be able to check to see if Twitch is live or not. There is no, to my knowledge, built-in system of Twitch that allows us to hook into to get like basically a push notification, for lack of a better word, when a channel goes live. Because MLH or the Twitch chat is always around, even when I am not live. So traditionally bots are around even when the stream is offline. Traditionally bots just run the entire time. So let me sign up for this. Ugh, I hate the new CAPTCHAs that are like, help us train our general, like, generative AI. Let's take a look at this.
I said it doesn't solve the
So-
hosting issue. At least that's what I intended to say.
Oh, okay, I understand now. Sorry, I misread that. So, okay, this exact Medium article was what I was looking at the beginning of this, which is where I found Python Anywhere. But Python Anywhere bills per CPU hour. Heroku ended their free tier. I guess we could look at Glitch. No, Glitch is not what we're looking for. Let's take a look at Render. Pricing. Okay, let's try Render first because it looks a lot simpler. I will still need to sign up. Let me verify. Okay, great. So if we screen share this, web services, private services. Hey! Background workers are suitable for long-running processes like consumers for queues and streaming. Let's try this. But I don't want to need to use a GitHub repository because I need this to be able to see. Wait, what? Why does it need to be? So the thing is, we don't push our env file to GitHub. So I mean, let's try it. We have 6 minutes. Let me create a new repo, and the repo name is MLH stream link aggregator. great. Okay, add file, upload files, because we're doing this real simple. Okay. So now we have our code. If I refresh this, new background worker, connect, MLH, link, stream aggregator, region, branch, root directory, runtime, build, instance type. What happened to free instances? Whoa, okay. Billing. Free usage. Individual. Deploy. What? Deploy background plus compute costs. Services. Background workers. Oh, background workers have different pricing. Okay. Dang. Okay. So this is not going to work. Because $7 a month is insane when we could get a Linode server for $5. Which, that is, like... Linode is what I would go to if we had a budget for this. Because pricing here... Oh my goodness. I don't want your cookies. Stop. Okay. With a shared CPU, 1 GB of RAM, $5 a month. Like, and if we really needed a dedicated CPU, but no, we don't. Yeah. Okay. So, bad news. Haven't found a solution to this yet. Good news. We're streaming tomorrow. So tomorrow, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., we will be continuing this, where we'll be looking at 1, where to host this, how to host this, and 2, how we can make a front end in Google Sheets to help people sort through this. And if the goal is to finish the hosting definitely, because next month we could always do a follow-up on the user interface, as long as we're saving all the things. Kushal, hey, just one odd question. I've attended Global Hack Week for a long time from Web3 a couple of months back, but didn't get the swags. Reach out in Discord about that. I cannot answer that question. Discord.mlh.io.
I saw this meme where Cookie Monster said you deleted cookies.
But that being said, we have 2 minutes until this is done. So let's look at what's coming up next after this. Today is day 6. So right after this at 3 p.m. Eastern time, we have Max Out Your Hack with Google Cloud Part 4 with Isha, which should be wonderful. So stick around for that. And then at 5 p.m., what could possibly be happening then? I am coming back on Discord for a No Light mini event. For those of you who don't know, No Light is when you try writing a website using HTML, CSS without actually being able to look at it. We're going to be playing that in Discord. Again, discord.mlh.io. So with that, I will see you all at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and stick around for Max Out Your Hack with Google Cloud Part 4. Thank you all so much for coming, and happy hacking. Bye, y'all.